Today is November 2nd, 2021. This is the Harry Thomas Show. The websites are located at harrythomas.info and harrythomasshow.com. You could find links to everything else that's up there, including the Harry Thomas Truth page, the COVID uncensored news, and everything else that's up here. Let me tell you what I've got right now because we are fighting global government. We are fighting the New World Order, and we are fighting anything we can to stop this treasonous behavior, this anti-humanism, anti-human behavior, actually, and these crimes against humanity. U.S. allies reportedly urged Biden not to drop not to drop possibility of preemptive nuke strike on Russia and China. Adopting a sole purpose nuclear declaratory policy would be soul crushing to U.S. allies and partners. It would gut our credibility, one source complained. China and India are currently the only nuclear weapon states with a definite no first use policy, which commits them not to use their nukes unless such arms are used against them first. Nuclear's military doctrine allows for nuclear weapons to be used in response to a conventional attack if it threatens its very existence of the state. Major U.S. allies in Europe and Asia are reportedly lobbying the Biden administration not to change Americans' policy on the use of nuclear weapons and concerns that the White House is considering, oh my God, adding a nuclear no first use declaration in an ongoing nuclear posture review assessment. Unnamed officials speaking to Financial Times indicated that the UK, France, Germany, Japan, and Australia are among the countries concerned over the proposed change in U.S. policy. One unnamed official told the newspaper that these unnamed officials, what are they, CIA plants? Is that where they're planting the talking points? I don't know. But this unnamed official told the newspaper that the administration's reported mulling of a shift to sole purpose policy would limit the use of nukes to deterring a direct attack on the homeland as a threat to the allies. Oh, God. This would be a huge gift to China and Russia, the official said. Biden ran in support of a sole purpose nuclear stance in 2020 and reportedly supported the position during the tenure as Barack Obama's vice president between 2009 and 2017. Oh boy. And then they pop on the big time U.S. nuclear policy. The United States reserves the right to use nuclear weapons on a preemptive basis, even against non-nuclear adversaries in the event of conflict, and is the only country to have ever deployed the weapons against another nation. And, of course, that was in Japan in 1945. In addition to a commitment to deter attack against the U.S. itself, America's nuclear doctrine allows for its so-called nuclear umbrella to extend to allies and partners, meaning the U.S. reserves itself the right to respond to aggression against allies in Europe or Asia with nukes. So basically, we reserve the right to nuke people. No wonder people are on edge. And I'll get to that thing of where about General Milley in a minute. But in 2016, President Obama considered adopting a nuclear no first use policy, but backed down after being advised against it by his aides. Yeah, them freaking bonehead generals in there, them corrupt. Well, we don't have good people in there anymore. Like remember Patton and MacArthur, how they made heroes out of them. In 2018, the Trump administration completed a nuclear posture review update to its nuclear policy, ramping up the nuclear arms race and requesting funding for a new class of small yield nuclear weapons, a sea launched nuclear cruise missile, and a new silo based intercontinental ballistic missile intended to replace the Minuteman III. The United States is in the middle of a 30-year, $1.7 trillion program to upgrade its nuclear arsenal, equivalent to over 53 times the 28 billion Russia is estimated to have spent on its nuclear moderation in recent years. Oh, moderizing. So to modernize nuclear weapons in Russia, they spent 28 billion while we're spending 1.7 trillion in our nuclear program. Russia's nuclear doctrine allows for the use of its nuclear weapons in the event of an enemy nuclear attack. So that means that they have already have to be launched upon, and that was also the doctrine of the other countries too. So Moscow dropped its nuclear no first use pledge in 1993 after the end of the Cold War and the disintegration of the Soviet Union and the Warsaw Pact alliance. Russia's nuclear policy is informed by U.S. military planners' work on the concept of a prompt global strike, which envisions a mass precision-guided conventional strike against a strategic enemy aimed at decapitating its leadership and defenses and disabling its nuclear response capability. This project, combined with the U.S. decision to pull out of the Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty in 2002, prompted Russia to begin work on its hypersonic missile capabilities. It is incredible how much money that they rape the American people.
Everyone alive today in the industrial world have been conditioned to expect World War III, conditioned through print media, pop culture, and ultimately a second world war. Today's serial propaganda keeps the human mind anticipating the inevitability of a third world war, and it now seems to be upon us. Former Soviet intelligence agent Yuri Bezmenov warned us nearly 40 years ago that America was under a sophisticated attack of communist subversion. Stage 1, demoralization, takes up to 20 years because its purpose is to demoralize an entire generation, creating an army of disenfranchised minions. An army who is then used for Stage 2, destabilization. This only lasts 3 to 5 years and is the precursor to Stage 3, crisis, system failure. This is where we are now, at the precipice, awaiting the crisis, just as the CCP is poised to invade Taiwan. Taiwan was part of China for centuries, and when the communists came to power in 1949, destroying Chinese culture, millions fled to Taiwan to preserve it. In 1971, the UN's General Assembly admitted Communist China and expelled Taiwan, taking a clear stance against the people of China. Xi Jinping plans on uniting all of China under the CCP by any means necessary. And his time is running out. His power is being challenged within the party. The CCP regularly rehearses invading Taiwan and recently released a video of it. If America were to allow the CCP to invade Taiwan, then the message is clear. The U.S. cannot protect any nation from the CCP, and Communist China becomes the world's prevailing superpower. And if we defend the people of Taiwan, it will be World War III. And who decides how America reacts? Joe Biden? Because they are so dependent upon one another, a military conflict between the U.S. and China will be devastating to both economies, but it will give the international banking community the great reset they are all pushing for, which cannot exist in a world of national sovereignty. World War I and II created massive wealth for the big banking cartel, while millions perished. War with China gives the international banking community the opportunity to destroy America's culture of freedom and usher in a world of authoritarian dominance. For those of us who have awakened, it is obvious that this world war is between the people and their own governments, and the unawakened masses will obediently go along with whatever they are told. So the only hope that we have is the awakening of the people. There are far more of us than there are of them, and the only way to avoid World War III is for the people of the world to wake up. For Infowars.com, this is Greg Reese.
Yeah, Greg Reese. I'll tell you right now, though. Seriously, though, is World War III coming? Is it coming? Is it going to be a nuclear war? I mean, these are some things that we should think about. Is it coming, and is it going to be a nuclear war? I mean, General Milley took over while Trump was still president before the official signing of the however they ratify the election or whatever. He took over the nuclear arsenal. Yeah, and he's the General Milley is in charge. He's the chief joint staff, the joint chiefs of staff, whatever. But it's illegal for him to take control of the military, let alone the nuclear arsenal, the nuclear codes. And he called, not only that, this is the treasonous part. He called the military leader of China and told him Trump was planning on a nuke in China as a diversion to take over the country back as a coup. And said, don't worry about it. We're in control of the nuclear codes. And Pelosi and Chuck Schumer were in on it. And Biden and the whole gang, the whole New World Order gang was in on it. It was the opposite around, false flag stuff. But anyway, this General Milley is a traitor. That was all in the news. I reported on it. But what are we going to do? Are we heading toward a nuclear war with these people? And what's up with Taiwan? You know, it was reported that India is going to be within 5 years, 4 or 5 years, the leader of the stock market. So I'm saying the dollar is going to be gone. They're going to crash that. They're crashing that right now. They're pledging 500,000 people to gate crashers that jumped over the gate. Are you kidding me? They're not planning on paying back any of these derivatives, any of this other stuff, these pension plans. This trillions of dollars for this and trillions of dollars missing from the Pentagon and all these missing microbiologists and the missing kids. We need the Scooby Doo mystery machine. Forget about the superheroes, man. We need them crazy kids out there. And we need everybody to get over to harrythomas.info, harrythomasshow.com. I've got a lot of websites up. harrythomasshow.info, harrythomas.site, harrythomas.xyz. And there's a Harry Thomas Club coming. And all the links to Facebook, Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Reddit. I'm trying to get the word out there. I'm over there at 12160.info. It's a social network just for freedom of speech people. To exchange ideas and help each other out, get the word out. And the real Harry Thomas Show can't be found over here on YouTube where they censor everything. The real Harry Thomas Show can be found at bitchute.com and at rumble.com, which I've got to get over there at Rumble and start uploading some of these shows I've been doing. I've been knocking them out. But Rumble is also a dump site that I use to put all kinds of news clips, documentaries, and all that, which is up at the Harry Thomas Truth page. And you can find all them links at harrythomas.info and harrythomas.com. I mean, harrythomasshow.com. Harrythomas.com costs thousands of dollars. There's a lot of famous Harry Thomas, and I don't want to be a part of any of it. But I do want to get the word out so we can stop these globalists. I believe in free information. I believe all this information should be free. I believe in freedom of speech. I have freedom of assembly, freedom of our right to bear arms, freedom to challenge our accusers, to have everything, man. I want everything that our founding fathers gave us and agreed to us, and all that, you know, that fought and died and gave life and limb. And the rest of the world's waiting for us too, because we're the last one that they haven't stripped down to nothing and made nothing out of it. You know, they've robbed everybody. They've raped the rest of the world of their constitutions, and they put ours in the National Archives. It's a mad, 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 mad world out there. It's Twilight Zone meet Outer Limits. It's 1984 meet Brave New World, and it's even worse than that. They flew Shatner into space, and he came back all freaked out. He was telling he was telling the Davos group over there, Klaus Schwab, Klaus Schwab, and Soros and the gang. They're smoking their big fancy cigars, and they said, Shatner, get them straightened out. Tell them to get on board. Shatner's all freaked out. We've got to get on board. We're all going to die in 10 years. When meanwhile, it's the eugenicists and the transhumanists, New World Order jerks, scumbags that we've got to stop. We got to take back control of this planet from these weirdos. They got strange ideas of where they're leading us. They want to merge with technology because they think they're going to live forever. Can you believe that? They've got 3D printers that can print human organs. They've used it for animals already, and I'm pretty sure they're using it on humans. Every time they say they're not doing something on humans in these laboratories and stuff, they are. They're cooking up everything in these laboratories. Remember that dolly that cloned sheep? Oh my, how many dollies were there? There was a bunch of dollies. There was Dolly Madison. There was Holly Dolly, Jolly Dolly. See, whenever if I get crazy like that, it's because I'm trying to escape my own thoughts over here on YouTube. Trying to keep this video clean and off the censorship board because there's 2 strikes over here. Boom, TikTok already banned a video. And it wasn't even me talking, it was just flashing, warning about the New World Order's coming. I don't know what the heck was wrong with it, but Instascam didn't seem like that anything was wrong with it. But you never know when it's like Twitter, over on Twitter, you don't know when you're going to set off a landmine. Boom, well, you can't retweet. Well, you can't follow anybody. You can't post that. HarryThomas.info is banned on Facebook. It's banned on Instagram. And they just banned the video, first one of the first videos advertising it on TikTok. So I'm out there trying to get the word, and I'm battling, and I challenge everything. They don't even allow you to challenge anything on TikTok. They've taken down so many Facebook pages and stuff of mine, did mug shots and everything. Can't get it back. But I know that they want to wipe us out because we're in their way of total domination and them merging with technology. They want to be cyborgs, these New World Order idiots. But we've got the will, America, and the world to grab some freaking crowbars and go ape shit on these weirdos. Because together We will make a difference. I want to thank you for listening, everybody.